Greetings, everyone. Greetings, and welcome to Mega Life 21 Mayhem and regional food and drink and honest craft beer reviews. I am your host, James P. Madonna of Mega Life 21 Mayhem, and this is, volume. Last time was it volume 20, and this is 21.
I'm not sure, actually.
I think. Well, whatever. I think it's volume.
I didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
I didn't check. We did so many shows. I honestly didn't check. I think it's volume 21 of regional food and drink and honest craft beer reviews. And I'm your host, James P. Madonna. We are here with Tom Mulvihill, the beer whisperer. And Tom, I'm sorry to say that this heat wave is nationwide, and you have been experiencing higher temperatures than we out here.
It is hot. Well, of course, you know my situation.
Yes.
And, we had to be in St. Louis this weekend, and it was 105 plus all week.
Wow. Yeah, we've
had
the upper 90s here in New Jersey, and we've been belly aching about that. I mean, you get humidity there, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
The air does get a tad bit thick.
Sandy. Now, I just want to tell everyone we will not be using theme songs in any of the Mega Life 21 shows, no matter what it is, for the simple reason because of those damn copyright infringement laws. They're busting my balls about it, and that's it. What you heard was African drums played by a professional djembe drum player, and the reason why you see me with my eyeglasses on is because we are doing a spur of the moment show late at night, and my contact lenses are off. Yeah, it happens to be. It is now 12:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is officially the 4th of July.
I'm usually well in bed by this time. And, I've been on the road all night, and I just got home. So,
right. Happy birthday, United States of America, and my mother. It's my mother's birthday too right now.
Happy birthday, Mrs. James.
All right, she's she tripped and fell and hit her head as her first birthday present. So I checked on her before. Yeah, she's all right. But anyway, the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. And what do we have there? What's the first beer for honest?
I am drinking a Mother's. I wasn't equipped to do a show about wheat beers, so I didn't go out and buy a bunch. But I did have this beer on hand. It's Sandy from Mother's right here in Springfield, and they call it Hopped Up Wheat. It's 4.8%. Which makes it a decent session ale, means that you can drink it, very easily. But it has 33 IBUs, which means it has a lot of hops for a small beer like this. And I want to read you something from their from their bottle real fast. It just says, "This hopped up unfiltered wheat pays tribute to our founder's mother, Sandy. The spirit and malt bill of a Belgian wit beer." Fused with the hop and soul of American pale. So it's one of those American style beers that combines a couple different styles to make a style of their own. So not a traditional wheat, but it is a beer that does feature wheat malt.
Sandy hopped up. Now, what did it say? Hop up on top of Sandy? What does it say? Hop on Sandy? No, what does it say up underneath hop on Sandy? What does it say? That word, I didn't catch it.
So Sandy hopped up wheat.
Hopped up wheat. Oh, okay. Now, being that you're starting the show off with your one and only wheat for this evening, could you please explain to me and the viewers do you know offhand how the wheat beer became so popular and why? How it came around? How it came about? What is the difference, in your opinion, the flavor between wheat beer and traditional barley malt beer?
Well, traditionally, I don't know. as far as popularity, what I do know about traditional brewing, if you're talking about the German Purity Act, was for it to be called beer, it had to be only barley malt originally.
Right.
And, well, actually, it still does, but they're somehow able to get away with the wheat beer in Germany, the Hefeweizen. Specifically, the traditional wheat. And I wish I had one. If I knew we were going to do a wheat show, I would have been ready. Like I said, I just got home and I wasn't prepared. But as far as Americans, if you want to talk about American popularity of the wheat beer,
well, if there's a lot,
I'll be more happy to give you my opinion on it, which is basically, most Americans up until actually, mid '80s when microbrews started to really pop up, had been used to drinking these very light, extremely light adjunct type beers, which means barley malt made with, or beers with barley malt with rice and or corn adjuncts added to them. They became these very light beers. Well, when the wheat beer, the American version of the Hefeweizen, was introduced to the U.S., it was like the gateway craft beer. It was like marijuana for beer drinkers. You know what I mean? I mean, it introduced beer drinkers to so much more than what beer they had been drinking. So I think that was the original popularity of it. And I'm guessing that if you were to look back at what is now called craft breweries, but originally called microbreweries, produced most of between 85 and 95, I'm guessing it was probably wheat beer, because that's what most folks wanted at that point.
Okay, it has like an amber color,
and the truth is that this particular beer isn't anything like a German Hefeweizen, and it's really not anything like a Belgian wheat beer, which is the Belgian version of a wheat, which generally uses wheat malt combined with spices, which Germans do not do. They like to keep their beer pretty pure.
So the European usage of wheat beers goes back much farther in history than the American usage.
We're talking centuries.
I didn't know
as far as beer, we're babies. We're babies. We're infants. As far as the Europeans have been brewing beer for.
No, I don't mean beer in general. I'm talking about strictly wheat beers. Does that go?
Same thing. The wheat beer didn't even really became. I was probably 20 years old before I had my first wheat beer, and I'm guessing most Americans my age, probably about the same as about 85 for me when I was about 20. I don't even remember seeing one before then, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. But as far as the true history of wheat beer, they have been making wheat beer hundreds of years ago or longer in Europe. To your recollection?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't ready for history, but I think as early as somewhere. I know Germans have been brewing Hefeweizens for centuries. I'm guessing somewhere in the 1500s. Could be before that, could be slightly after, but I'm guessing somewhere in that area. Like I said, I wasn't ready for history. I hope nobody calls me on it. I'm just spitballing here.
Well, I know.
I guess the major point is it's not a new style. Americans just didn't say, "Hey, how about if I use wheat?" No, Americans didn't come up with this. I think we didn't invent the stuff. But what Americans do, of course, I don't want to think I'm dissing Americans because we didn't invent the style. We don't invent a lot of things, but what we do with a lot of things is make them better.
Well,
we said, okay, let's make this. Let's soup this baby up. It's a nice car. Let's put glass backs on it. That's kind of what we do.
All right, hold on. Time out for a second. When you said make it better, that's providing you're dealing with a micro craft brewery that has a very strict quality control standards and
Yes.
adheres to quality control and pure ingredients with no additives of any kind. We're not talking about your Budweisers and your Coors and your Millers.
No. I'm, you know, yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Right.
let's just, when you say Americans can take something and make it better, the right Americans can take something and make it better.
You are correct, sir.
Not the jabronis out there that want to cut corners. Not them. Not them. The right Americans can make it better with time. Not everything improves with time. Now, why is there like a lot more history connected to wheat beer, or have you pretty much summed it up in terms of the history?
Well, there probably is. That's all I'm prepared to do at the moment.
Okay, but in your opinion,
you know, and I've been traveling a lot and done more research, but no, actually, you know, there is. There's a lot more history to all beer. But yeah, as far as American popularity, it's the wheat beer in America, the Hefeweizen, even the Belgian wit. It's almost, as far as a craft beer is concerned, American craft brewers, it's a step up beer. You know, it's what almost every American drinks after he starts getting away from, you know, the big macros, you know. And for me it was when I first started getting away from mass market beer, it was a wheat, and then I gradually moved on to other things. It's kind of that gateway drug.
Now, Blue Moon, I believe that's a wheat beer from either Belgium or the Netherlands. I think it's from Belgium, right? Blue Moon.
Well, it's that style. Blue Moon is actually made by Coors. Coors.
So those sneaky bastards are calling it a Belgian.
It is the Belgian wit style of a wheat beer, which they take wheat malt amongst other things, but then add some spices to it. They generally add orange peel, coriander, and some other things. But generally, orange peel and coriander are the staple, and other things are added. But yeah, that's the difference between the Belgian wit and the Hefeweizen that generally doesn't add the.
Now, you see what gets my goat about American company advertisements and how they're allowed to twist the truth and lie. Coors, I didn't know Coors makes Blue Moon, and they have been advertising it as a Belgian wheat beer. They're making it sound like it's imported, but it's not.
The American version of a Belgian style is what it is.
Yeah, but they're so deceiving. You know, it's like watching a car dealer commercial with the disclaimer at the end. You know,
Killian's Red is a Coors product as well.
Are you kidding me? I thought Killian's Irish Red was imported from Ireland. See, I'm learning something from you tonight. Those sneaky bastards.
I have my moments. See, if you don't try to trick me, I actually know some things.
No, you know, and you're enlightening me, and my blood pressure is going sky high because the system we live in allows these companies to distort the truth and twist and spin doctor and you know and deceive people. Here, I thought Killian. Excuse me. Killian, I got so excited, man. I'm choking over here. Killian's Irish Red, I thought it was imported. I thought Blue Moon was imported from Belgium. Now I know. Those sneaky bastards. Oh,
yeah, no, it's Coors. Killian's Coors product.
You know what? I hope the real microbreweries bury those nationally advertised, mass-produced companies. But I know a lot of people who drink for the buzz and don't care about the flavor will probably keep them in business.
Yeah, you know, and you know.
Well, anyway,
what are you going to do, right?
What are you going to do? You know what? You could talk about it. You know, we still have the right to talk about things.
When I'm talking about a beer like this, again, it's 4.8%, 33 IBUs. I'm talking about basically a lighter beer that you are going to be able to, you know, mow the yard, come in and have a few. You're going to be able to come in from work and have a couple real quick. You're going to be able to grill all day and have quite a few. It's not going to knock you on your keister real fast. But we're also talking about a beer that has some flavor. And that's what I'm trying to say is
so
a good thing with some taste. This has got really big flavor for a little beer.
It looks very refreshing, man. And like you said,
with a big, you got this kind of grapefruit-like finish at the end. It's just beautiful. It's just a real tasty beer.
I wonder. I think the only wheat beer I ever had was I think Sam Adams Winter Lager. I believe that was made from wheat. I'm almost positive. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the only wheat. And I did have a Blue Moon, come to think of it. But here, now that I know it's made by Coors, there's no way I'm drinking a Blue Moon unless I'm that thirsty and somebody gives me a Blue Moon for free, ice cold. I might suck it down, but I would get a Yinling before I get a Blue Moon.
Many American craft brewers brew a version of a Belgian wit. That's what you're looking for. Look for the letters W-I-T. Or wit is how it should be pronounced. I'm an American, so I'm pronouncing everything wrong. But look for the letters W-I-T. Belgian bit.
Reminds me of that old song.
The Belgian version of a wheat beer. If you're looking for a German version, you're looking for a Hefeweizen.
Yeah. The good old, you're frozen. Oh, there you go. You're back. Reminds me of that old song, thinking of Blue Moon. Ball, 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 dang, 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 blue, blue, blue moon.
Oh, we're singing. We're gonna get
the doo-wop. Blue moon. Blue moon. Now, it does look very good. Blue moon. You got that? You do have that Alfred Hitchcock look. Alfred Hitchcock.
Good evening.
Was it Wild Bill Hickok? Alfred Hitchcock.
Good evening.
Hitchcock. What was his name? Hitchcock.
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah.
And now Wild Bill wasn't Hitch. It was Hickok, right?
Wild Bill Hickok, but it was Alfred Hitchcock.
Hickok.
Good evening.
Good evening. Who was the one that got shot?
He had a big old belly like mine. He walked in sideways. Always came in sideways.
Wait a minute. You want to do the naked beer taster and take the shirt off?
At some point, I may lose control. Right. Yeah.
Dancing. Well, if you do the dancing, now you look like Al Qaeda. You look like a sheik. You look like. Actually,
it's hard to take me. I think this is kind of why I crossed. I crossed with the because I just don't think as serious as they like me.
You look like a nun. You look like a nun. You know, like a nun.
That's the only kind of priests can eat on Friday.
From a nun already. What kind of meat do priests eat on Friday? None.
None.
Listen, you never look better with this new lighting. I swear, it's an unbelievable, dramatic difference. I think you should choose this mysterious lighting from now on. There, Alfred Hitchcock. I mean Tom Hitchcock. Tom Mulvihill. I'm sorry. The mysterious beer whisperer.
The mysterious beer whisperer. There we go.
It almost has that fun house look.
No, not look like Quasimodo with this look.
Quasimodo.
I got that Hunchback of Notre Dame thing going on right now.
Yeah, Hunchback. Yeah, that's it. You got like a cross between like a Quasimodo joined a nunnery.
Nunnery.
A nunnery? It's like a monastery, but women are there. Well, if you want to call them women.
Just like being married, you still don't get any.
Yeah, well, I know. I hear stories about that. I hear at the beginning you're like a bull in a china cabinet, and then after you've been married for a while, then everybody, I don't know, what do you do? Like sit in front of the TV and people complain all the time, and the luster, everything calms down. The honeymoon is over. I know, life catches up to you. That's what happens.
I suppose.
Life catches up to you. That's why we have craft beer.
Yeah.
temporarily
relieve I need something to relieve the stress.
The stress. Masa.
Help me, minister, because all I have to do is drink beer because I'm not getting laid.
Listen, lift the t-shirt more over lift it over your hair and say, and say these words. Say, my son, tell me your sins. What is troubling you? Cover your hair. All right, my son.
My son, tell me your sins. What is troubling you? What is troubling you?
What is troubling you?
What is troubling?
What is troubling? Well, people, you have to understand that Tom Mulvihill drove many hours, and hopefully he has good air conditioning in his car.
He's very tired and has lost his mind. Yeah, actually, I came home and I cranked my air conditioning extremely low. I'm so tired.
You have
extremely hot out there. I tell you what, man, it's brutal.
I hope you have central air.
Oh, I do. Absolutely. Sure do.
Okay. Otherwise, you'd die.
Oh, I'd be roasting my huevos off. Yeah. They'd be over hard by now.
You know, some guy 10 minutes away from me was in the news. He's allowed to have chickens for some reason, but the neighbors are complaining. I don't understand why there's so much discrimination against chickens. I mean, I like chickens.
Well, the best thing about chickens is everything tastes like a chicken. Squirrels taste like chicken. Frogs taste like, everything tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken, so we might as well just eat chicken.
I'll just eat chicken, yeah.
You know, chickens...
I'm going to keep talking for about 2 minutes while I go pee.
Yeah, go pee and grab another beer. I know that chickens are very good at cleaning up your yard. They will eat anything they get their little beaks on. Well, folks, Tom, I understand how he feels. I mean, you know, this stuff runs right through you. I do the same thing myself when I drink beer. And he will be back soon. But, yeah, so Red Rooster was bucking heads with somebody over at Hot Dog Nation. And over there, Mr. John Fox, who has been on the Food Channel, is a god over there. He's worshipped. And John Fox, they say he's the king of hot dogs. But how much could you say about a damn hot dog? It's either a commercially made, a ground-up roadkill and meat byproducts, like a ballpark Frank, or it's a high-quality Frankfurter. I mean, made freshly made, or by Hebrew National or whatever. I mean, or Thumann's, or, you know, say Brett. But, you know, it's all about toppings. So the guy is actually the king of toppings. Big deal. How much could you say about a topping on a damn hot dog? But the guy's worshipped because he was on the Food Channel or something. You figure. Well, anyway, he's back. Tom, the beer whisperer.
Mr. James, you want me to have another beer, or you want to call it a night?
No, have another beer. You only did one beer. No, pop another one. It won't be a week, because that was your only week.
That was my only week, unfortunately.
But
we'll do another show with you about weeks if you want.
Yeah, but I just want to ask you, according to your taste buds, what do you notice about the wheat that you don't notice about the traditional barley malt beer? Taste bud wise.
Yeah, well, that's a very interesting question. Generally, actually, we're talking about two different schools. Actually, going back, a traditional German Hefeweizen has these really subtle, the good ones anyway, like a Paulaner and Weihenstephaner have these great spicy notes. They just kind of tickle your taste buds, and they're just beautiful. Most American beers can't get close to those. But there are a few that do. I'm not going to mention any names. You're going to find them. I'm probably going to get some letters. But anyway, yeah, that's basically it. But if we're talking about the Belgian end, they're a little different. Although most of them, like I said, add an orange peel and coriander. They obviously tend to be a little more fruity. They've got a little different consistency about them. As far as the traditional barley malt beer, it's got just a different feel about it.
Now, were the Belgians the first to add spices to beer?
No, I don't believe so. Again, I'm not ready for a history lesson, but no, I don't believe so. I think you probably go back to the ancient druids, or that were brewing spices are nothing new to beer.
Okay, all right. What do we got there? Hofbrau.
I'm kind of slumming it here with you, to be honest. I'm tired and I just had a few things ready. So, but we're gonna have right here. Another thing that's going to make the serious beer geeks scratch their head is a beer from Trader Joe's called Hofbrau Bock, which is basically the German Maybach or Springbok style.
Okay.
And this one heads out at 7%. And here's the thing about Trader Joe's. This is the part that just. Have you ever go on to sites like Beer Advocate?
No, I haven't.
Well, Beer Advocate is a site where a lot of beer folks can do reviews on beer. What they don't know, or what some of them obviously don't know, every time if you were to go on to this site and look up this beer, most of them are probably going to list it as a C or a D. Some may even give it as high as a B, but probably not higher than that. It's a 7% German Maybach style.
Okay.
What they don't know is that this was brewed in, or what they probably aren't paying attention to, is that it's brewed in San Jose, California. And I'm not going to tell you what very fine craft brewer is out there because I'm going to let them look for themselves. But it is brewed by a very fine craft brewer. It is actually the same Maybach that they put their label on. That most of these same guys that give this beer a C give that beer an A, and it's exactly the same beer. And that's my issue with sites like Beer Advocate, is you're mostly dealing with pretentious beer snobs that are more about image than actually drinking good beer.
Yeah, they're show-offs.
So this has got a very nice color. The taste you're looking for in a beer like this is you got these very light, buttery caramel notes. It's supposed to be, it's 7%, so there's a lot going on, but it's supposed to be light and refreshing for the spring. That's what it's designed for.
Well, it definitely looks that. We've been doing a lot of excellent summer beers on our shows lately, so.
I'm drinking this out of my English pub pint glass here, if you can see that there.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, I kind of went the long way around the barn for that, but my point is that we need to take the pretension out of beer. Just because something is only $5.99 and it comes from a place like Trader Joe's doesn't mean it's going to be a bad beer. And sometimes you just want something. Maybe this isn't going to light your world on fire, but it is solid. It is well crafted. It is full of good ingredients. It is not an adjunct lager. There's a lot good going on here. So how about we quit pretending and just drink something good? That's not going to cost $15. It's kind of like wine folks. I can't drink a wine that costs less than $50. And we've got beer folks like that now. Well, if it doesn't cost $15 a six-pack, I can't drink it.
Okay.
Don't be stupid, folks.
I'm going to prove.
Use some common sense.
I'm going to prove what you said is true. Paying a low price, being an educated consumer, doing your research, and getting a bargain does not necessarily mean you're getting an inferior product, and I'm going to prove it right now. I'm going to show you something. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. Hold on. You people, you jabronis out there, you bragging, pretentious, yuppie snobs that brag about how much you pay for everything. You see these neckties? You see these beautiful, shiny, silky neckties here. I got several of them. All right. There's navy blue. Here's one that's gold, like bronze gold or whatever. Here's a nice one. These ties I got at one of my local dollar stores. These ties cost me $1 each, and they look like they're beautiful, expensive looking ties. So, you know, they're not railroad ties. They're nice ties. So, you know, there's proof that it's possible to find quality for a very low price, man. Damn it. All right? All right.
No, I'm with you.
That is proof. When you see the show, you'll see what I mean. Yep, only $1 each for those ties. So, when you know, I mean, I know you're really tired, so maybe after this beer we should call it a night.
Am I being goofier than usual?
No, you could be goofy because you got the. Don't forget, you're the mysterious beer whisperer. You got. I like that lighting. Here comes the nun, the gray nun instead of the blue nun.
I was going like for you know the you know those crazy monks, you know.
Oh yeah, the monk. I'm sorry. Yeah, monk, the monk.
Hello. Good evening.
Monks.
I'm a crazy ass monk.
Monks, they walk around with sandals, with the brown robes. They bake bread, and what else do they do? Meditate? What do they do at that time?
I'd rather medicate than meditate.
Medicate? You like carrot cake?
I like carrot cake.
You like very dark chocolate, like Devil's Food chocolate cakes? German chocolate cake?
Yeah, well, I'm not a big cake guy, to be honest with you, but yeah, I like a big dark chocolate. Yeah.
You know what I like? I like a heavy-duty, from a German bakery, apple strudel.
Mm-hmm.
I like anything with flaky phyllo dough. Or is it?
Yeah, I like phyllo dough. Yeah.
Phyllo. I like to feel some phyllo, and I like. I don't eat too many desserts, but I like mild desserts. I don't like desserts that are too sweet. I like flan. I like tres leche.
Like, you know, yeah, I'm with you. I like creme brulee and flan.
Yeah, creme brulee. I had in a Thai restaurant. I had this coconut pudding that was similar to a flan, made from cassava or yucca, whatever you want to call it, and coconut. And I'm just cuckoo for coconuts. I love the smell and flavor of coconuts. But remember that when Yosemite Sam was stranded on an island, he used to say, "I hate coconuts."
I hate coconuts.
And then he saw the rabbit, and I think it was Bugs Bunny. He tried to kill Bugs. Of course, it never happened.
Kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit.
Shh. Very, very, very quiet. We're hunting screwy, wascally, little gray rabbits. Elmer, could you imagine if a politician talked just like Elmer Fudd, that's going to be on the 2012 ballot? Could you imagine that? Comedians would have a field day with him. I know somebody, one of my good friends. He's a weightlifter, former pro wrestler. He's a white guy. He sounds just like Mike Tyson. He's got no neck.
That's funny.
Hey, if he met you, he would go, "Hey, Tom, the beer whisperer, how you doing, buddy? I'm very honored to meet you." And here's this big musclehead guy, hey, with the high-pitched voice. Unbelievable.
Well, kick your ass if you make fun of him.
Yeah, he gets mad at a lot of things, but when he talks, he kind of sprays like Sylvester was that a cat?
The cat, yeah.
Suffering succotash. Yeah, no, he used to spit, right? That was Sylvester. Did you like Foghorn Leghorn? Say it. Let me tell you the truth. You a chicken hawk.
Yeah.
We got got hawks over here in my backyard, up in a tree. Believe it or not, the hawks came. We never had critters like that before. I'm in suburbs, you know, quiet suburbs. Something must have told the hawks there's a lot of wild wabbits over here by me, and squirrels. No, we got a lot of wabbits. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. They like my yard. They like my yard, but they never touch. They never touch.
You're in Jersey, right?
What?
You're in Jersey?
Yeah, I'm like about 20 minutes west of New York City.
Gotcha.
But I got a lot of wabbits that like where I live, and they're baby wabbits and they're big wabbits, and but they don't touch my garden. They like stare me down when I leave the house, and I say the same thing to them. Hi, little squirrely little wabbit. They're gray, you know, with the white tail. Anyway, I hear the wild turkeys are getting close to the suburbs. They're losing their fear of humans. Now that beer on a day like on a night like tonight looks very refreshing. Now, is there anything you can notice about that Hofbrau Bock from Trader Joe's? Is there anything, the flavor, unique aspects of the flavor that you can tell our viewers?
Yeah, what's great about the style is like I said, I mean, it's just got this great kind of buttery caramel flavor to it.
Buttery caramel.
And it is, right now, I tell you what, right now, all the rage in the craft beer geek world are hops. And more hops and more hops, and IPAs and more IPAs, double IPAs, imperial IPAs. But before that happened, there were beers like this that was more about being, you know, about being there for a specific reason. You know, this was originally a German spring beer. It was meant to be refreshing in early spring. Most German beers aren't extremely hoppy. And neither is this one. But this one isn't seriously malty either. Hence, you have more, instead of these big dark notes, you know, dark coffee, dark chocolate notes that you would get from a big, you know, a big Bock, or traditional German Bock. This Maibock or Springbock, you have more subtle, you know, buttery caramel notes. It's very smooth. It's just very refreshing. It's just a very nice beer to drink. It is, and you know, the craft beer nuts are going to poo-poo this because it's Trader Joe's version of. But this is, I know who brews this, and I'm not going to say. You know, same guys that are giving this a C and a D on a website are giving it an A and a B from the actual brewer when it's the same exact beer. Well, so, I mean, that right there tells you it's all about the pretension rather than the taste. Well, if they were to taste this blind, if they were to taste the Trader Joe's label on it, most of these guys would give it an A rather than a C.
Exactly. Now, for those of you out there that are going to put down this beer for coming from Trader Joe's, you can go Bock yourselves.
Go Bock! Yeah, I see what you did there.
Actually, that's not a bad name for a Bock beer company. Go Bock yourself.
Go Bock yourself. Yeah. Or the Bock.
Hofbrau, half eyebrow, Hofbrau.
Well, I tell you what, James, I'm going to finish this baby up, and we'll call it a night.
Yeah, where's Seamus? Does he want to be on the internet again? Does he want to come over and say hi?
No, actually, he got himself a drink and went to bed. He got himself a snack and a drink. He wanted
okay, leave him alone.
He wanted. We have these deals we got from Trader Joe's. They're fresh mozzarella sticks. So he wanted one of those, and he got a drink, and he went to bed. So I can eat so many mozzarella sticks. I can put a lot of them away. Yeah, him too. Him and I love a lot of cheese.
You know what? Wisconsin will be in trouble if you guys were up there. I mean, you know what I want to try?
I'm talking about real cheese. You know what I'm saying, my friend? I'm talking about cheese.
Let me tell you something. some people actually eat processed crap like Cheese Whiz and Velveeta and American cheese, but not me. I love real cheese, and I have a feeling you do too.
Yes, I do. I love big bold flavors, big bold cheeses. Yep.
Right, bold, stinky cheese that smells like dirty socks or locker rooms. You know, whether gorgonzola, blue cheese, a brie, I like all that mold and fermented shit. Yeah. You ever have real German Limburger cheese?
No, actually, that's one I haven't had. No.
It smells like dirty diapers, but it tastes really good. You know, it's got a sharp flavor. But there's something in Wisconsin called fried cheese curds that's popular right here. That sounds delicious. I saw it. It's all like stretchy and gooey and
Yeah, I've had those. Those are really tasty.
How are they? Are they good?
Oh man, they're awesome. Yeah.
Fried? What do they dip it in batter, or they just throw it in the oil?
No, they're batter dipped and fried.
Oh, so it's like like a fried mozzarella stick.
Yeah, basically, but you know, they're little curds. They're about this big.
Oh, and it comes. They give you tea in a bowl or cardboard.
Well, you women out there, it's about this big.
Oh, okay. Now Tom's talking about fried cheese curds.
Exception because all our lives they've been told this is 8 inches.
Yeah, he's not talking about anybody's schlong. He's not talking about anybody's penis. He's talking about fried cheese curds. If you're from Brooklyn, you say coids.
Work with people. I'm saying here. I'm talking about cheese.
He's not talking about the stiff shillelagh, if you know what I mean. For those of you that could see me, you could see me.
That's a whole different show altogether.
That's right. Or play hide the shillelagh. That's another show. You know, will give us a lot of ratings if you turn when you went to the bathroom. If you turn your camera of you sitting on a commode, that would give us a lot of ratings.
You think so? I don't think anybody wants to see that.
The naked beer taster on the porcelain. On the porcelain throne.
This is the Bitter Whisperer squeezing one out.
Or better, listen, you're wearing my king's crown, naked on the porcelain throne. So the king is on the porcelain throne wearing the crown and nothing else. The beer taster. I'm telling you, we'll be invited to all the talk shows if you ever did that. Well, I thank you very much for sharing.
Thanks, James, and let me know when you want to do it again. And I'll be more prepared. Well, I just came in and I wasn't ready, but I will get prepared the next time you want to do a serious show.
You pick a theme. I tell you what, if you want to do a theme on wheat, and there's a lot of history.
Actually, there are several traditional wheats I would like to get to do a show like that, and I wish I was more prepared. I just wasn't ready. Like I said, I just got into town, and so I had to kind of wing it. But yeah, there are some great traditionals that I would love to share with you.
Yeah, like you could maybe print it out in large print. Like cue cards. You could read off it, or you could do. Would be a great gimmick for a show. Seriously, like the next time you go to your favorite pub, if you brought the laptop and just set it right on the bar next to you, facing you.
That's a great idea. You know what? I can't even remember the last time I've even been to a pub. I just don't go out. It's been too hard for me to even go out anymore. So.
Even if you're sitting at a table, the fact that the laptop, people can see the bar. Of course, we could advertise for the bar or the pub. We could plug them. They would love that. And it'll almost be like I'm sitting next to you on a bar stool. And we're doing a show on location from the pub. I think that would be great. The bartender could say hi. The manager can come over and say hi. And they would be tickled to death knowing that we're plugging their establishment, which I will. So anyway, have a good night. I know it's late.
Hey, thanks, James. You have a good one, my friend.
Yes, you too. I know you're very tired, and rightfully so. And I will catch you next time.
All right, thanks.
Bye-bye.